Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Jester's Court with me, the Jester. That's stupid as hell, but hey, what's going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you for supporting. Thank you for listening to and watching the first episode. This is the second episode of the Jester's Court, and I have here today two wonderful individuals who have similar things in common, but also not in common. So I will let them introduce themselves. Madam.
Hey.
Am I using my real name?
I don't care what you use. You on YouTube, so it's gonna be
Alright,
forever.
my name is Natasha Soul,
And how old are you?
24.
All right. And you, sir?
TrizztakeFlight, 24 as well.
All right.
90s baby.
Yeah,
What up?
gang, gang.
We approaching 30.
Jesus.
Approaching 30.
This
I've
quarter
been to
life-
30.
This quarter life crisis hit.
So, I know you guys. I didn't tell you guys the premise of the show too much, but this is me basically going to groups of individuals in different genres, ages, genders, and all that, and getting an understanding and feeling of how they think, so we can all have a better understanding with one another.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm with it.
You got genres of people now?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So.
You know I gotta heckle you.
So, I have some questions from my followers, plus a couple of questions of my own.
Okay.
All right? So, first question is, what is the biggest misconception for folks y'all age? Like, what do y'all hate old people saying over and over and over again?
That we can't be tired.
Can you speak up a little bit? I couldn't hear you.
That we can't be tired.
Okay.
I don't like when people are like, oh, why are you so tired? You don't even do anything. First of all, I am a full-time student and I work full-time.
Okay.
And she chasing her dreams. Outside of all of that.
Exactly. It's only 24 hours in a day, but
You got the same 24 hours as Beyonce.
she has different circumstances.
Like,
Like she has a whole ass nanny for her babies.
she take care of her own kids.
No,
she don't have to cook for herself.
No, she don't.
She don't have to.
She don't have to do shit for
Okay.
real, because Jay-Z is her husband. But collectively, they make bank. I ain't making bank. I'm broke.
Okay.
I am not in. My salary
Okay.
ain't up there, so I gotta work my ass off to get where I'm trying to be. So do not tell me I cannot be tired. I'm tired as hell.
Do you hear that too?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All the time?
And how do you feel about that?
It's very annoying because I know where it comes from with older people, because with y'all people in your age group, y'all grew up in a completely different time,
We did.
and
Y'all did a lot more.
y'all did do a lot more, but if we just looking at housing market, for instance, the housing market for us right now is garbage.
I ain't never gonna be able to.
And y'all, the money that y'all made back then, you could get by on that $800 check. We ain't getting by on no $800 check these days. It ain't happening.
I didn't get by on an $800 check. Just gonna put that out there right there.
When you were our age,
When I was y'all age, I wasn't making $800.
that's what I'm saying though. If
That's
you
the point.
did have $800,
You'd be
Oh, I've been lit.
but
Exactly. That's
So, would you say it's harder now than it was for us?
Yes.
This is the information era, though. Like, everything is so obtainable. It's instant. It's like it's a microwave. It's
Sometimes
right
that's a problem.
now.
It is.
sometimes that is a huge problem.
Yep.
And why is that?
Because with the instant information, you have people out here spitting out false information. So, like, you gotta first decipher whether it's true or not.
Okay.
Do your own research.
Yep, you gotta do your own research, and
trust everybody.
you really can't trust everything that's out there. which is why
So
I'm surprised.
basically, it's the same way that we were. Just y'all have the information now. We didn't have it. We had to go search for it.
Just because I don't open up an encyclopedia for my information does not mean that it's not as hard as having to look through the dictionary and the encyclopedia for the information, especially when I want accurate information. You have an encyclopedia,
But you
that
can literally
is cited.
ask your phone a question.
It doesn't mean that it's going to give me the right information. Everybody can put their own opinion on stuff out there. Literally.
True.
Wikipedia. Terrible.
Okay.
They literally just said that Simon Cowell died. That man is still alive.
Wait a minute.
They changed.
What? Hold
they
up.
changed.
They killed my man Simon?
They killed him off. He go on Twitter talking about apparently I'm dead.
I just need to know.
I'm just saying.
He's
It's
not
not
dead.
accurate.
I just need to know if it says it.
Okay.
It said June 25th.
I'm glad you said that. Why do y'all need to know everything?
We don't need to know everything.
Then why do y'all ask?
Because
I'm gonna say because when I was growing up, and when my friend Phil was growing up, there was things that we just couldn't ask because we would get in trouble.
Because that's your.
Because it was like you stay in a child's place or a younger person's place. Y'all grew up asking 100 questions 100 times.
Because we seen you struggle
Exactly.
not knowing the answer to that question. So if it's as simple as respectfully, because there's a lot of people my age and younger that don't know how to ask questions respectfully when it comes to talking to someone that's older than them, and that's where I feel like that you need to stay in a child's place. That's an appropriate response.
Okay.
Because if you can think of throughout your life, you can think of many occasions where you wish you knew something, and your mom could have just let you know what that was.
Literally.
So we see you struggling, and it's like you doing this when it's actually supposed to be this way, and that could have just been rectified had your parent told you that in the first place. Like for instance, with alcohol and drugs. Those kinds of things should be an open door conversation, because you don't want your kid to go out here start experimenting with some stuff with people that you don't even know. Half the time, your generation doesn't trust our judgment on anything really. So it's like, okay, I don't trust their judgment. They probably gonna have terrible friends, and now I'm going to leave them, out there to just learn about something that could really be a slippery slope and ruin their life with people that I don't trust.
Okay.
And that's definitely not fair.
At all.
And when we were growing up in school, I used to get told that no question is a dumb question. So regardless of the question being answered, I might not learn like this person over there. So
Right.
I need you to reiterate in a different way.
Yeah.
I am a visual learner and a hands-on learner, but that person might be able to read a book and be fine. No,
Okay.
I need to actually touch these things and see it being done in order for me to learn. So with that, y'all grew up in a generation where, y'all parents was just like, go ahead with that. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
But with learning and getting older, I feel like y'all saw that was not acceptable. So then y'all gave us that time to sit down and say, what questions do you have? But then when we get older and we're like processing these, like this information and everything, y'all are just like, why you ask so much? Because you allowed me to. I want to learn. Don't be mad because I want to learn.
Right.
Get upset when I'm not asking you anything, and then you're finding out that I'm doing stuff that you don't like. That's when the problem lies.
Interesting. Well,
Totally agree. I also have a point.
I will, from hearing that, I will no longer say that you're not old enough to be tired. Cause I had no clue.
Oof.
Woo! You ain't had no clue?
I had no clue.
First of all,
What?
I had no clue. And for those who don't know, this is my actual son. So for him to say that hit me a little bit in the chest. So, but yeah, my bad.
you know that depression is genetic. Like, why did you not think that he wouldn't be able to be tired? What type of nonsense is that? Anyway, next
Because I felt like, and this is how most
I want to answer.
and
this
this how
the question that he posed to you as well.
This is how most people my age and older believe. We feel like we worked hard, we did a lot for the younger generation that you guys didn't have to work as hard as us. So we feel like you shouldn't be as tired.
In all honesty, y'all ain't doing enough because my money management is terrible.
We didn't do enough.
Y'all ain't do enough when it came to, financial wealth.
Well, they didn't teach us that either.
Exactly.
Wow.
But that means that you learn so that you can pass that down instead of being stingy and being like, well, you got to learn for yourself because I learned it.
Yeah.
I'm good. My credit good. You just got to learn on your own. No, man, don't let me open 5 credit card accounts.
And we definitely did it. We're not used to easy.
Oh my goodness.
We're not used to easy, so we did it hard. So we expect y'all to do it hard as well, and that's not fair.
Especially in the black community, you know that ain't right.
That's not right at all.
Pass down the wealth.
And you wanted to expound on what she was saying earlier.
Yes, but
Go ahead.
her answer is very similar to my answer. Now I gotta remember what my answer was to this question.
See what I'm saying?
Anyway,
You see this is exactly what I'm talking about, people.
well, you were skipping past.
What are you
You
talking
just
about?
running through all the questions.
Go ahead.
What you talking
Anyway.
about?
No, this
So
is one of
the question was, what are you tired of hearing from your generation? Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me think about that real quick.
Okay.
What I'm really tired of hearing is
Comb your hair.
That is annoying too.
You want to heckle? I can heckle too.
That's annoying too. Let me be me. Just because.
So around what age did they tell you to start using Just for Men?
Oof.
Anyway.
Wow.
You
Love you, old man.
You asked the shooter. He was around for the whole process. He was there for the whole process.
Yeah, your hair is gone. It's going. I am. I don't have my.
Don't have kids,
my,
people.
My
Don't
original,
have kids.
My original answer, but
Okay. Okay,
but
better question. What's the thing you hate for me to say to you?
Oh Lord.
How about that? Just pick one. We don't have all night.
Oh my goodness. We gonna have to come back.
Is that many?
That's the part.
Yeah, we gonna have to come back.
Is that many?
Nah, it's not that. But
Okay.
I just want to give an actual thought about the answer because the answer that I had literally was like I heard with the answer that she gave, and I was just like, you know what? I have an answer that's very similar to what you saying. It's like it just goes deeper into that.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But
all right.
we gonna come back to that.
I'm gonna go to Instagram.
Yeah.
I am Karita.
Mm-hmm.
Asks, can you name 3 games that you can play outside with no technology involved?
3 games?
Yes.
Like, does that include
Hopscotch?
See what I'm saying? Wow, this is exactly what we talk. What is that? It's simple.
Basketball.
3 games.
No, I mean,
Hopscotch,
I'm just saying, like, can it?
Yeah.
Because it said no technology.
Uh-huh.
Basketball is technically a technology. Is it not manufactured? A basketball is. All right,
I'm gonna just go
fine.
jogging.
You can go
run
ahead.
a race.
You can go ahead.
So, go ahead. You go first.
Too complicated.
Okay, so jumping rope, double dutch,
Okay.
and then basketball.
Uh-huh.
I don't care if that's technical.
And what else?
Not, that's outside.
And what
That's
else?
why I'm asking
And
the
then
question. 'Cause I
I
don't
guess like tennis or swimming.
Okay. Now, Can you not eat? We are recording.
He hungry.
You should have
Let
did that
the
before
boy
we
eat.
started. Can you name 3 before?
Yeah, now we can't be hungry. Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Can't be tired, can't be hungry, gotta be rich.
Sheesh.
You gotta have
wrong.
20 years of experience for a job, and you only 18.
And you only gonna be making $15 an hour.
Like
it
what?
And I
Let
still
it
can't
out.
afford to
No.
do shit.
Make sure you put venting right here.
Cause I ain't.
Go ahead, let it out.
Oh,
It's like, I'm sick of it.
We
Gotta
go through
have
the
a
same.
whole
We went
ass
through the
degree.
same thing. They told us we needed a degree.
I still have to have.
Then
a
we
degree.
went to school and came back, and everybody who didn't go to school
They
got the
better
jobs.
than y'all. Because y'all ain't believing yourselves. That's why.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
You hear what I be saying to you. Just apply to the daggone job. Don't even worry about
Just worry about
all
your
them.
All right.
because they don't matter.
Can you
They're
give
not
us
you.
3 games without technology that you play outside?
Freeze tag.
Mm-hmm. Y'all played freeze tag?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking.
That's how my tooth got messed up. I was playing tag,
you,
sir.
you uncoordinated. That's what that was. But go ahead.
Obviously
I guess
not,
swimming isn't
because
a game. Oh shoot.
that's crazy.
My bad.
Marco
Anyway.
Polo.
Football.
Um,
You don't know what Marco Polo is?
I know what it is. I
Oh.
don't like it.
Okay. Go ahead. Football. I'm sorry.
I'm not about to be in the water with my eyes closed, trusting people, trying to reach out. No.
Okay, yeah, I feel you on that.
I can swim.
I feel you on that. Yep.
Just because I'm black
can't
don't
swim.
mean I can't swim. But I
can't
don't
swim,
trust
and I have
niggas.
reasons. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, football, freeze tag. What's the game?
Exactly.
Four
No,
squares.
name no exactly because I just need to remember the name of it. I'm gonna use the
The different term.
yeah the not what we used to ding dong ditch.
Mm.
'Cause I don't want
That's
nobody to be like,
All right.
oh, you said this on YouTube. Yeah.
So, Die Dreaming asked, why do you think being passive aggressive and sarcastic is conducive to getting what you want?
What does conducive mean? I know what it means, but like, what it mean? Because, no, for real, like, I'm not using. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can use my context clues because I learned that. But you know,
Why do you have to use those tools to get what you want?
because you don't listen. Because people, not you, because people don't listen when I'm serious. So now I have to show my aggression and my seriousness in different ways for them to be like, why is she acting like that? Because you don't listen to me when I'm confronting the situation. So now I gotta do this and do that and blah 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 blah, just for you to understand. Yes, I did that.
Okay. Same question.
That's crazy. You're not gonna ask me the question.
Why do you think?
Oops, my bad.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let you answer these first.
Why do you think being passive aggressive and using sarcasm is conducive to getting what you want?
That was real passive aggressive.
Because that's what I was taught at home.
Oof.
You a bald head lie and your feet stink.
Well, that's crazy. So you ain't passive aggressive.
But I ain't tell you to use that to get what you want.
No,
It's learned.
it's a learned
It's a learned
behavior. It is like if that's what I'm
My
getting at home. I'm not saying it's your fault.
No, that's exactly what he said. It's my fault.
I'm
You
not.
didn't say that. You're
I'm
the
not
only
saying
one that
that this.
from.
You feel me? It's,
Oh, the other one don't do it.
I
So,
didn't learn.
a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things that are going on out here that are crazy that people don't appreciate. That I apologize,
Pop it.
but yeah, a lot of things that are going on that we don't like are things that are learned while they were out. Hang on, I gotta answer this. I do. I have to answer. I'm sorry. Hey, we're recording the video. I'm sorry. All right, I will talk to you in a few when we finish recording.
Yeah!
And that's why he said he had to answer it. That was honest.
I'll talk to you later. All right. I hope it's good.
You should have been here. You gonna over here interrupt the stuff?
She can come
She
down.
gets off at 7. I told you.
Well, put her face over here, boom, and then talk.
Hey,
She in your age group. What?
She is though.
She's in your age group. I will talk to you in a few.
She said, "Wait."
We're almost finished.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We only like 2 questions in.
We almost finished.
I'll talk to you
You
in a
know
few.
what? Forget you. I probably won't do this.
Apologize.
All right.
Ask him the question again. Please.
Why do you think being passive aggressive and using sarcasm is conducive to getting what you want? That's from Die Dreaming on Instagram.
I thought I answered that, but okay. I'm sorry. It's really a learned behavior.
Okay.
Like, being passive aggressive is not about me getting my way, but it's more so about I'm telling you the answer to this question, and because you don't like the answer that I gave to that question, you don't feel like it's not valid to you, so you keep asking it over and over and over again, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, all right, cool.
Because sometimes the answer comes too quick, so it's almost like there's not a thought process to the answer. It's just a reaction to the question.
But if you know the answer, why can't I give you? Because if I
They can't hear you.
if I know the answer,
Uh-huh.
why can't I just give you that answer as soon as I know it? Because if I wait, then you're gonna think I'm lying or I'm making something up.
Yep.
Because it's kind of messed up. Because
Ain't it?
we don't think that you guys know.
The
And
answer.
that's your problem, not ours.
It is a personal problem.
So
I hope you listen. You have to go through this soon, sir.
So conducive my eye.
I'm just saying, because I know.
Listen to me when I say it.
I know right now, just with me recently moving out.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I know that nobody in particular, but I do know that there are certain things that I do that older people don't think that I can, or don't think like, or they probably think like, how did you learn how to do that? Like, for instance, stuff in my car. When stuff was going wrong with the car, I always was just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna figure out how to fix it.
Hold up. Before the whole world believes I'm a horrible dad.
I did.
No. I know that.
You.
I know, but people assume. So did I not always teach you that 4 plus 5 is 9, and also 3 plus 6? Okay. So I always said there's always a way to do something. All right, just want to get it out there so the world don't think I'm a bad dad. It ain't me. But so, do you guys believe you're not being heard
Yes.
in every aspect?
In more ways than one. Not in every aspect, but
Okay.
in more ways than one, yes.
Explain, please.
I'm gonna let you answer that first. Cause
No, ladies
Yeah,
first.
she been cooking, so you go ahead.
What you mean? Ladies first. I'm letting her answer the question.
No.
And
let me think
then
a
when
minute.
she goes into her little spew, then you forget. So go ahead, get
I
off,
want
get yours
you to-
off.
I want you to start that sarcasm and that passive aggression. It's deadly.
I learned it by watching you.
He's literally gonna put that video up right here.
Vintage.
Cannot wait. Alright. What was the question again?
I said, do you feel like you're not being heard?
Yes.
Or even not heard, or you're just entirely misunderstood? Y'all generation is totally misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yes. because
I know ours, they gave us the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, y'all outside, y'all figuring it out. We feel like, I'm going to tell you, this is exactly how we feel. That you guys sit in the house all day. Y'all play video games. Oh, we don't let y'all outside because it's stranger danger.
Exactly.
So
then you give me activities to do in the house,
right.
And then the activities that you allow me to do in the house are changing my mindset to do other things, and that's my fault because.
Like you
put y'all in the house, but we mad that y'all stay in the house.
Yes, like I'm going to stay in the house because
that's
the safest place for me to be.
Literally.
Like realistically, if I'm outside in the street,
mm-hmm.
you're going to be even more mad that I'm out in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in our city, you can't really go outside or leave a house without saying "stay safe" or "be safe." Or something to that, something to that effect.
I tell you every time.
It's a shame that we have to say that, and we really feel it. Mm-hmm. Like, I need you to stay safe. I need you to come back home alive.
Right.
And it's sad that that's something that we had to deal with. But back to what you were saying.
I'm just saying, if anything happened to you, I'm burning the city down. Just want to let y'all know, this city going down. I don't care who at fault. Down. But go ahead.
But back to what you were saying. Uh-huh. As far as, how y'all feel about us. We're in the house because that's the safest place to be. Okay. And we want to live.
All right.
Nobody wants to be gone. Nobody goes outside. Well, there are a few people, but a lot of people don't go outside with the intention of not coming back home.
Right.
And, like, going back to the original question of being misunderstood, realistically, especially in the black community, depression, anxiety, all of those things mentally were pretty. They were just pushed away, and it was just put on. You'll be all right. You'll get through it after 3 or so months and things like that. You're different because you actually understand it because you go through it. A lot of things that I deal with is because I'm misunderstood. Like as far as work, that's one of the major places that I feel misunderstood, especially right now because it's like I'm telling you, being at home is depressing me. Talking to these people is depressing me further and making my anxiety worse. And then I get 1,000,001 messages talking about, oh, well, you're not on time for this, you're not on time for that. Well, yeah, typically when a person is depressed and has anxiety, they're not going to be on time to everything, especially when their mental is being attacked daily. And then you got to deal with all the different energies that you deal with, and it's too much.
You know what I learned about anxiety? People with anxiety are never the first person there. And if they are the first person there, they fall back and wait till somebody else shows up, or even come a couple minutes late because of their anxiety. Mm-hmm. I was reading that, so that's a great point. I definitely do that. Can you speak on it? Like being misunderstood?
Yeah, I think we're very misunderstood, especially the the 95 babies, because we can't claim shit. Y'all be like, oh, well, you wouldn't understand this because y'all are at the further end of the 90s, when I kind of understand all the things that the older generation says, like, for the most part. I have an older sister that's, is she a part of your generation? No, she's still a millennial, I think. I don't know. She up there in age.
She close.
She in the 80s.
We wouldn't went to high school together, but she close.
But she's in the 80s. So being around her friends all the time. I didn't really have friends my age, so I was around my parents and their friends and stuff. I understand what the older generations are talking about when they say certain things. I might have to ask, but then that goes back to the why do y'all ask questions about everything? Because I want to understand, like, because then you get upset when I'm sitting there and I'm dumbfounded and you're like, oh, you don't get that? And then you make fun of me, not you, in particular.
I know.
But I get made fun of because I don't understand something. And then it becomes a big thing.
Well, it did shock me when you were listening to Hall & Oates.
I love Hall & Oates.
I had no clue.
I love Hall & Oates.
Him is I know because I let him listen to stuff like that. See, but listen to find another person his age that listened to music back then. It was kind of dope. So
I'm gonna just say this: all the people that are now 30, 90 to 94, please stop trying to act like y'all life was that much different than people that were born in 95.
Literally, I had Saturday cartoons too. I know how it feels.
Right. I experienced the same exact thing that you experienced. The only difference is the fact that you were older and
my year.
Yeah.
See, so okay, with that, decades are split. They're always been that way. So for people in my generation, from 80 to 84, we look at 85 to 89 different. Because we feel like we grew up in a different time. Like, we caught everything at the very beginning of it. They caught everything when people got replaced. So they probably feel the same way about y'all.
But at the same time, at 95, if I'm thinking about the things that my sister saw, yes, things were changing. But it's still a lot of things that's piggybacking off of when you were growing up. So it's like things are cycling. Mm-hmm. So it's not fair to say, oh, you don't understand this when it's coming back around anyway. Like, nobody has any new ideas like bell-bottom pants. Nigga, I wish I had a pair. Afros.
Afros.
Natural hair, loving natural hair and stuff like that. Bruh, come on, man.
Don't ever say job turkey.
Tonight, my nigga. Don't play with me.
So, I'm glad you said that sentence. Why do y'all feel everything has to be fair?
What?
Because that's one of the big sentences that you guys, y'all age, is not fair. Or that's not right.
Just because your generation doesn't want to fight for equality.
No. I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about the equality part.
Then what are you talking about?
It would be like if the boss tells you not to do something.
Okay.
Then you see the boss do what they told you not to do. It's not fair.
That applies to different people because I know that I'm not the boss. So I'm not trying to do what the boss is doing. So I can't answer that question for you.
Or even if you see your parent doing something. Like, if I tell him, you can't drink. He comes to the room, he sees me drinking.
Nigga, he is over 21.
I'm talking about when he was younger.
Oh, hard.
His first thought would be, that's not right. Dad said no. So why is Dad can do that?
Because that whole do as I say, not as I do thing.
Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Talk about it. That's what I wanted to get to.
I need better examples. Because all of the examples that you just gave,
I know.
Literally going
don't apply.
Like,
because like if I see you drinking, I'm just like, I'm not over 21. Of course I'm not going to be drinking.
And we have common sense. Some people in our generation
that do as I say, not as I do. Y'all don't like that.
I don't.
You don't like it?
No, I don't.
Explain.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Not fair.
Okay.
But at the same time, certain things.
Why is it not fair?
At the same time, certain things that parents say not to do. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, of course I don't want to do that. If you're smoking and you tell me, oh, don't smoke. Okay, I don't want to because your breath stink. Like, it's all over your clothes. Like, of course I don't want to. But certain things that, I don't know, like certain things that our parents would tell us that's like, do as I say, not as I do. It's because you don't give an explanation. Like, why shouldn't I do that? Yeah. Again, why should we know everything? You need to tell me why I'm not doing this, because when I get older, I need to remember, oh, my parents said don't do this because it leads to this. Mm-hmm. Not, oh, don't do what I'm doing right now because I said so. Mm-hmm. Ain't no because I said so. Mm-hmm. I need to understand, like, why are you doing it then if it's so bad for me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not fair. Exactly. If it's bad for you, why don't you care about yourself enough to stop doing it? Don't just tell me not to do it. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. And that's on Michael Jackson.
I agree. It's like going to a stove and telling me don't touch the stove,
Right.
but not telling me that you don't want to touch the stove because it's hot.
So,
You gotta let me know.
so
why.
y'all want the why?
Yes,
Yeah.
I need
Y'all
to
can't.
understand.
Y'all can't just walk by faith.
No.
Y'all have to walk. Y'all have to walk by sight.
Walking by faith is what got us into the predicament that we're in right now as the black community.
Literally.
Since you said that, how are y'all feeling with the racial tensions in the world now? Like, I know you guys, y'all generation is in the forefront now as the actual leaders of it all, because the old sing and hymn, wade in the water leadership is no longer there.
I'm glad that it's gone. For real.
So how do y'all feel about like what's going on right now?
We on early Malcolm X. If you touch me, you know you about to get touched
Train
back.
it up. We're not like when we
Y'all not y'all ancestors?
We're not. But
I mean,
and that's
some
actually
of them,
that's
because-
actually what I was gonna lean into, because a lot of people they like and your generation specifically, actually no,
Let me say one
your
thing.
grandparent, so our great grandparents generation, they're
My
the main
grandparents,
ones.
That's the 40s and 50s.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
those that's that group
They were very
of
compliant.
people. They're just like, oh well, you don't know what I was going through when this and that happened. You are so right. But what I do know is that if somebody was to spit on me, call me this, that, and the third, I would have had to put hands
One
on
of
them.
us is gonna die
Period.
tonight.
And then if it would have been a situation where I had to put hands on them and then I get his repercussions for that, okay, so be it. I ain't go out and go pump.
And it's
You know-
not about being a
know,
punk.
You know I hate that line.
And it's not about being a punk.
You know I
It's
hate
about
that line.
respect.
Hey,
It's about respect.
hey.
But at the same time,
Uh-huh.
if my ancestor is Nate Turner,
Mm-hmm.
you already know. I am my ancestor.
It was
If
it
I
wasn't
need to.
everybody wasn't laying down and just letting all that stuff happen.
I'm definitely
So-
my
They was
ancestor.
fighting back.
If
so.
I'm jumping on these,
So this is what I would like to know.
Alright.
Someone calls you the N-word.
Hands.
no, that's not me.
hands.
That's not me.
Okay. See, that's why I asked. I know it's different for different people.
Even
Why
though
is it
I'm
hands?
violent, but
Because we had this conversation when you was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that word bother you?
oh, it's a
It
problem.
bothers me because of the intent in which you are using it. You doing it because you
So,
know
right.
that
It's a trigger.
that's a trigger for me.
But why would you let someone trigger you?
You don't always triggers are not something that you always are in control of.
Yeah, but if you know your trigger,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't it be a way to control your trigger?
You don't know when the
There
triggers
may
are gonna
be.
happen.
That there may be
Mhm.
a way that I can control that trigger. Like for instance, just talking about triggers, like people have different triggers for different things,
Mhm.
depression and anxiety, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes certain things it's out of your control. The reason that I personally don't I don't appreciate that word is because I know what you mean behind it, and I take that as a sign of disrespect.
Okay. So, what about this new word you guys got for,
You guys.
Karen?
huh?
Karen?
Yes.
Karen.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, not
Why
at
not?
all.
Karen is a derogatory word for a older Caucasian woman
No,
who's
no,
going
no,
off,
no.
right?
No,
School me. I'm asking.
because when people use the N word,
Mhm.
mainly it's towards any black person that they just don't agree with and they
Okay.
just don't
Yup.
respect.
So when you use Karen,
no,
what
when
do you-
I use Karen, it's the racist or the like unnecessary white lady that's acting. She don't even have to be older.
Okay.
She don't have to have the I like black guys cut or I'm gonna speak to your manager. I want to speak to your manager cut. No, she just doing unnecessary stuff. Okay, Karen.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Ashley. It could be any white name.
What about
for real?
Your white neighbor who has black friends never uses that word with them, but in the heat of the moment, he says it to you.
Why would you say? Why are you saying
So
it to me?
isn't that the same as Karen?
Why are you saying it to me all of a sudden? Why do you feel like? Why is the discussion getting that heated that you feel like you need to say that to me? What kind of hate do you have? What kind of hidden hate do you have in your heart for you to say that to me?
What causes Karen to come out?
We don't just say.
No, I'm asking. What causes Karen to come out?
I just
Being
told
extra?
you. Yes. It's the extra white lady in the store.
Like,
Or in the street, period. Acting
that's
unnecessary.
because if that's the, like, if you want to take, if we're taking that road, that is just like, and I know we all have done this, there's a routine customer that comes to a store and you have a certain name for them. Everybody has that routine person that comes to the store and then they just like, oh yeah, that's blase blase. Don't know who that person is, but just because of how they act in the store, they got a certain name and they just like it's just a joke.
Know who it is.
Yeah, and it's like it gets to a point where like even people that only sometimes visit the store, they'll know like who that person is. You're like, oh, that's blah blah blah. Same exact thing.
And at the same time, I don't even have to act unnecessary or extra for somebody to call me the N-word. They could. Somebody can just be mad at something else. I come past and they direct their hate towards me, and all of a sudden, I'm the N-word with the hard R. Why? Where did that even come from? Like, there's a lot of things that happen where people just use the word just to get underneath black people's skin to see what they're gonna do, so that they can have a reason to call the cops and possibly get them killed. If I call a white lady Karen, it's because she's doing something for me to say it. Like, oh my gosh, that lady over there, she acting crazy. Get Karen. Call her husband, Joe.
Oh, Bill.
Bill. Call him.
Okay.
Get her. But yeah, that.
All right. This is a conversation you and I had many times.
Oh boy.
And
now it's gonna be documented.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun with that.
Who was the best Batman?
Batman or Joker?
No, we're gonna do Batman first, and we can do Joker second.
Ooh. Alright.
No comment.
You don't have no comment.
I like Batman. Period.
So it don't matter who plays him, right?
Yep. Except
I'm
for
about to just
except
go
for
through the list of,
except for the new
Michael
Batman that
Keaton.
we about to
So many
get.
people.
It's Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah,
George
Adam West
Clooney.
did it at a point too.
Adam West is Batman.
Is the original one. The original.
Val Kilmer. What's the dude name? Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Ben is not on my
I do
great list.
not.
Lord have mercy.
I really do.
I'm scared.
I do not remember George Clooney being Batman.
Because you only did it once.
And that must not have been a memorable performance.
It was. Watch your mouth by George Clooney.
It must not have been. He only did it one time.
Watch your mouth.
Which one was that? Was that when
which one
Prince
was that?
had the soundtrack for the Batman movie? No, it wasn't that one. That was the most
What did he
memorable
do?
because Prince had the.
That's
had
Michael
the
Keaton.
Award.
Go ahead and say
I'm
Christian
just
Bale.
saying.
That's the
Batman-
one. That's what y'all know.
I just like Batman.
I mean, no, because I personally,
Mm-hmm.
I like Adam West for a couple different reasons.
R.I.P. to Adam West.
Facts.
Uh-huh.
But and of course you know me. I don't like.
I'm asking
most
questions.
people like.
It was a question that was brought to my attention, so I was just asking.
And I'm looking
I need
through
to go
some
on a
of these
binge
actors
now.
here
See,
because I
this
don't
is
remember
what they do.
which one.
See what they do? They don't.
I just told you. I don't
Because
have an
I
opinion,
need to be.
and I need to
be
go on a
reminded.
binge
All right.
now.
So why you doing the better Joker?
You want to go with that?
You're not gonna say who the better Joker is either. Why?
You know how long it's been since I've actually watched a Batman movie? I love Batman, but I really can't like pull nobody right now.
It's either Jack Nicholson or Jack Nicholson.
Or you old Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yes.
R.I.P. The GOAT.
One of the most memorable performances.
I believe
Unless you
Joaquin
wanna pull out
Phoenix did a better job than Heath Ledger.
Joaquin. That don't count.
What? Is he not the Joker?
We're doing the
Hold on.
Batman and Joker
No.
rivalry.
I
not
said
the Joker
Joker.
by himself. That was a great movie. I'm not gonna deny
That's the most recent one again.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one when he saw
The one that when he choked out Alfred at the gate.
Okay.
That was hilarious,
Okay.
by the way.
It was. I can't.
You gotta
say
be
he's
tapping
a-
tables. I already got
he's a-
scolded at tapping tables.
Hey, tap your knee.
Something.
But I can't say he was a better Joker to me. Definitely, it was a really really good performance.
That's how you can tell
What?
how old you guys are.
What you mean?
Literally, like nothing else will show it, but that
Okay.
saying that Heath is the GOAT.
I'm not saying that he's the overall best though. I'm just saying that I haven't watched the other Batmans in a while, so I cannot judge it.
First of all, Jack Nicholson
I keep
came out
telling
to a Prince song and started shooting people. You can't beat that.
I keep telling you, when I was watching these movies, what have I told you before? When I was younger and watching these movies, I was not paying attention to them the way that I pay attention to movies now. You know, I'm a whole movie director out here. I'd be like, nah, son, cut that out.
Yeah.
So, I would have to go on a binge and I would get back to you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
I like Heath Ledger's.
I know you do.
He's great though.
R.I.P. to Heath Ledger.
So okay, if he hadn't died,
Mm-hmm.
would that been a big impact of him playing the Joker, or was it the fact that he died almost immediately after the movie boosted it into the next level?
It boosted people watching the movie, yes. But as far as his performance, no. I mean, the performance is the performance regardless whether you died or not. Like, if, for instance, if Jared Leto, had he would have died right after Suicide Squad came out, I still would feel the exact same way. Jared Leto is the worst Joker I've ever seen in my life.
I was about to say, were you
Like-
considering that Joker when you asked us which Joker we would
That man ain't even a Joker. Like,
Okay, on my desktop
Yo.
at my job, I have
He has
all the Jokers, including Suicide Squad.
His look is cool, but
He
in the movie,
yeah, his
he
look was cool.
did
It was dope.
a good job.
I haven't watched
It-
it. So I
it's
can't-
not great compared to the rest of them, but he's like the little brother.
Okay.
All I'm
Now,
saying
my
is I
problem
haven't
with
watched
that movie is a whole nother problem.
They
Then a lot of-
they
lot of-
redid
a lot of
it. They
people.
made it lighter. It was a darker version of it
Yeah.
because they didn't want
And
keep
should
that-
have
they
ended
didn't
it.
want y'all generation
No,
to
no,
see that.
No,
they dead
no.
serious said that.
So
They didn't want.
they don't
said
want
they
our
don't-
generation
They
to
were
see
talking
that.
about-
They
But
like
we
how
got
y'all
Joaquin
think.
Phoenix though. Because that movie
mean-
was dark.
You mean the younger part of our generation, not us? Because when that came out, I was like, that was a couple years ago. That wasn't
That was
even
a-
like a whole
that's a-
5 years
yes,
ago.
it is.
It was 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I was 20.
Okay.
I've been through things.
Realistically, that
My generation been through things. I
it
can
pro-
handle stuff.
I could see, and this actually leads into what my problem is with that movie. I could see directors being like, yeah, let's not go that route because of partly because of our generation, because our generation is really like warriors. We're warriors for what we believe in, and right now, and even at that time, fighting for women's rights and abusive relationships and stuff like that, that's one thing that we just don't stand for. And realistically, if you want to be completely honest, Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship is an abusive, terrible, toxic relationship. That is what my problem is with that movie. That they don't have that abusive, toxic relationship, because Harley Quinn ain't had no choice. Right. That man legitimately was just like, all right, cool. We in this little chemical factory. You in there.
You know I love Harley. So.
I'm just saying. So I
don't like the truth about their relationship.
Yeah.
But I love them.
Yeah.
As a
like, yeah.
Okay.
Don't like it, but if you're gonna make a movie, do it right.
True.
Like, I
haven't even seen the movie though.
That was a good question.
Very good question.
So, going back to the N-word and all that good stuff, what do you think needs to be changed? Or can it be changed? Like, can the thought process be changed? Can it be just one day there'll be no more N-words with the hard R's and no more Karens and no more any of that?
No. What needs to change?
Because a lot of people saying it's you guys.
What needs to change?
That is, y'all have to do it.
People that are not African American or black need to stop asking if they can say it. That's the main problem. Why do you need to say it? If you're in your car by yourself and it comes on in a song, I'm not there with you. I don't care. If you say it by yourself, I don't give a damn.
Because I don't
But
know.
if I'm around, especially the hard R, I'm like...
No songs say the hard R.
I said if I'm not
sure
around and
probably
it's
some racist songs
I was about to say
that
I have heard some country songs that have made me be like, they make these type of songs. They might have said the hard R.
I was talking about hip hop. Okay.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
I have a question.
Not just with music,
right?
But if you say it when I'm not around, I don't care. But these are people that are like, these are people that have said it when we're not around, and they're just trying to find an excuse to say it when we are around, so they can just. And I'm just like, no. If you don't look like this, stop asking me. You already know what the answer is. I don't care if we friends or not.
Okay.
No.
I have a question. And I'm pretty sure Phil is probably thinking the same thing because he thinks similar. If the word is so bad, has so much negative meaning to it, and so much bad history behind it, why do y'all say it?
You say it too.
I'm asking a question. Why do y'all say it?
Because that's it's not really taking the power away from it, but it's making it something that's ours. Just like when Juneteenth came around, and once I did all my research, I was just like, I don't really feel like we should be celebrating this because it's honestly not what it was really cracked up to be. Yeah. It's not fair.
Yeah, there go that phrase.
It wasn't fair that Texas had to wait until the last minute, and then
Texas is huge.
And then a couple months later, all slaves are freed anyway.
Texas is huge.
Y'all ain't had to say nothing. Just tell.
No, that was their job. They literally had a job.
They decided to go there when they wanted to.
You know how long? Horse.
They decided to
4.5 hours to get from one part of Texas to another.
If that's the case,
so in a horse,
then right when it was written, they should have had people in Texas getting ready to tell them.
They only had a handful of military people that wanted to deliver that message. But
whose fault is that?
I digress.
Whose fault is
that? That's their problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you don't want to deliver this.
It's kind of taking it back and making it our own. Taking something that was meant to downgrade us and using it in our own community. So to say this is
like how women used to be word.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Yep. I honestly don't like it.
It's the same exact thing.
It is.
It's the same exact thing, right?
It is.
all that, and
I've never done
they
that,
stretch
though.
it out and all
But
that.
I've never done
No,
that.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying women in general.
Okay.
Right?
Those women can do that.
Why, so if you don't like that, then why you say the N-word?
Because when I say it to other black people that look like me, it's fine.
When a woman says it to another woman that looks like her,
And their friends, they're usually okay with that.
right?
She's not just going up to a random woman and being like, bitch.
You're not going to a random black person saying nigga.
Sometimes I do.
Actually,
if I'm in the store,
What is
and
wrong with
Actually,
you?
if I'm in the store and black people are acting a mess, I'll be like, nigga, what the hell is going on here? It is a phrase that I can use as endearment or can be like
Make sure you
crazy
bleep all the
people.
N-words out, sir. Lord.
If people are acting, I say it at work sometimes underneath my breath when it's nonsense going on. I
Right,
stand there and I'm just like,
under your breath or from a distance.
But
You're
it's
not
still saying
walking.
it, though.
So you're not walking like so. You never met the shooter, right?
now you know me.
Oh, he falls or something, right, and drops something. You ain't gonna be like, nigga, what's up? No, you're not doing that.
I'll be
You
like, are you okay?
right, exactly.
First of all,
so why?
because that's me. We cannot.
I'm sorry.
All of your generation is not the same. Just like all millennials are not the same. There are some Baltimore males, people that will go up to somebody that just fell and be like, nigga. Did that
Just
really
like
just
that.
happen? Especially when it be icy outside.
Yeah.
And somebody bust their tail. Be like, nigga.
I'm gonna make sure you straight,
But
but I'm gonna let
the
you know I'm
N-word is
laughing at them
definitely
like,
coming
"Nigga,
out.
That was funny.
But at the same time, you know me. I probably won't even ask if they okay. I'd be like, damn, and then keep going about my business because I'm just an introvert and I don't know. I'm just like, I hope they okay. From afar.
Yes, go ahead, please.
It's another learned thing because we didn't start saying that. That was being said long before the 90s babies were born. I know in the 80s everybody was saying it. In the 70s they probably was saying it.
No, it was calling each other blood. What up,
Okay,
blood?
all right.
What up, young blood?
Okay, so needless to say, it's something that we picked up on in our community from all of the people that came before us. So, in terms of why it's done, is because we learned it, and is it right? Yes and no. Yes, because it makes it our own, and the it's all about a lot of life is about the intention behind what you were going to do. Like a lot of people, like if you had the intention of getting some roses, but the floor is closed before you got off, your wife might not be as mad.
Okay.
Also, so black people were calling each other blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened? They split up, and then it became a whole gang thing. So
That's
calling each other,
that's gonna be a part
calling
two.
each other,
That's gonna be a part two.
but
That's another
calling
episode.
each other nigga,
Yeah.
you can't really split that up. Except for we're black and we call each other nigga, and all y'all over there, you know, just because you know you want to say it, don't say it. Well, that brings us together.
Okay.
Blood was the word, and then
Gotcha.
so it's
All
just something to keep us together in a sense.
I got one more question. I mean,
You sure?
Yeah, one more question we got there. So, how do you feel about the older generation calling you guys followers and robots?
How?
I'm just asking because you
No,
know.
I'm saying that's my response.
Okay.
How am I a follower? How am I a robot? When older generations are not doing.
Y'all not innovative. You're not thinking for yourselves. Like you said, if they had bell bottoms, you would cop some bell bottoms instead of
because they're cute and I
doing
like
something.
it.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting an example there.
I can put my own style onto it.
Because your generation and the generation before, trying to program us to be that way. For instance, at work, the reason that companies give you the time off, it is not for you to go on vacation. It is for you. Those are your actual mental health days. Like, that's something that has really started hitting me since I've been home more, so I had a whole lot more time to kind of just analyze these kind of things. But those vacation days are really meant for you to get your mind together, because when you at work, if you're not doing whatever it is that you're supposed to do, they gonna call you on it. It doesn't matter what your mental state is, what happened at home, none of that. All that stuff, cut that off. Do this job. If I need you to bang out 20 RGUs a day and selling, you better do it, or it's going to be a problem. And like that has really, like, that takes up all of our time throughout the day. Because you working 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours, because if you got an hour lunch, they put more time on your schedule. Mm-hmm. So you working 8 hours out the day. By the time you get home, you running on fumes at that point, depending on what time you started your day. And then you have that's where the real work starts. As a creator with content, just music, school. Like, you have to plan your whole life around being a robot for 8 hours out the day.
Mm-hmm. And then
and then
I'm out on the street. And then
some people call that adulting.
Exactly. Some people call it adulting.
Yes.
Yeah,
being a robot is not being an adult.
Certain things are considered adulting. Yes. If I'm paying my bills, I'm being an adult.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that I have to struggle like the generation before me. Yes, it has been studies proving that people that did not use their vacation time, they suffered from a lot of health issues because of that added stress. Mm-hmm. While people that actually used that vacation time, they were a little bit happier, and they weren't suffering from heart attacks and strokes because they were worrying about this company that don't give a damn about you. Because if you die today or tomorrow, they're going to open that job up to somebody else. Yeah. So I don't think that we're robots. We're just realizing that we don't have to suffer like the generations before us. But at the same time, it's so many people doing the same thing that's what y'all are thinking. That's what the older generation is thinking. Yeah. Oh, y'all are robots because y'all all doing the same thing. No, great minds think alike. If you become a freelancer and I'm like, oh shoot, I could do that, and I could stay home, and I could do this, and I could finish school, and blah 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 blah, and this seems way more peaceful than me working for somebody else that does not give a damn about me. I can work for myself, or I can just work with certain people that I want to. Yeah. That sounds way more enjoyable. So yes, I'm following after this person, but I'm not doing exactly what they're doing. Everybody has a different way of doing things. Like you said earlier.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. Just like you said, 6 plus 3, and the 5 plus the
4.
5 plus the 4. 9 plus 0. 8 plus 1. All that good stuff.
Gotcha.
It's different ways to do it. It might look the result might look the same.
Yep.
But my struggle to get to that point might have been different. So I'm not a robot. It's just that I like this better. I'm going to look into what they're doing. I'm going to try it out. If it don't work for me, okay, I'll try something else.
And I'm going to do it my own way.
Right.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys. You know how much this means to me. So I really appreciate you guys for doing this. We definitely have to do a part 2. Because we got some, I got some other questions I need to ask. So we ain't got enough time, but I do appreciate you guys. Thank you once again.
No problem.
And thank y'all for watching. Sometimes you just gotta ask the right questions, bro. I don't even know. That's the end. That's the end. I'm gonna use this time. Next time will be a different one. But until next time, out.
The peace means people.
I would say that. Then I say, hey, man, what the hell is that about? So
y'all ain't even talk about no memes.
Right. So, but yeah, y'all was dope. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.